Hey guys, welcome back to Cheat Chat Season 3. For those of you that are new, welcome. Thank you for checking me out, and I hope you enjoy all of these episodes that are up and coming. And for those of you that are coming back, I appreciate the loyalty. Like, that's some real stuff right there. All right, so for those of you that are new, I'm just going to quickly say Cheat Chat, I started in 2018. It was motivated by some real stuff that happens in your life, you know, that you got to tell a story about, but you don't want to talk too much about yourself, so you start kind of telling everybody else's story kind of thing. Yeah, that was me. And so just encompassing like cheating, relationships, and everything else that comes with that. And so if you want to know more, I have started a YouTube channel finally, and I'm going to post all of my old episodes on there for you to check out. And you can also follow my Instagram page, Cheatchatly. I will also post that. Without further ado, let us talk about this episode and what we will be. So this episode is called Staging a Relationship. So for those of you who filled out the survey that I sent out like weeks ago, I really appreciate that because that really gave a lot of good input for me to use for this episode. So thank you so much for doing it. I know the survey was super elaborate and kind of complex, but I appreciate your feedback anyways. And so there was a particular section like at the end of the survey that I was asking if you guys had comments or questions and feedback and stuff like that. And if you left feedback or you had a comment, I'm going to address it. But let me just go ahead and quickly just give you all like the survey results, and then we're going to talk about the episode and just go over more of the survey takers were women between the ages of 21 and 31. And for the definition of what a relationship was, the majority of the responses were it was too complex to define, or it was the all of the above, which the all of the above option encompassed like the complexity of defining relationship, and then just two people finding interest in each other, and then like it involves love and things like that. And then staging, or how many stages of dating are there? Most of the people that took the survey said it was 3 stages to our dating. I don't know why I keep saying relationship. The 3 stages were meeting for the first time, deciding you were romantically interested, and then making it official. And then who gets to decide, you know, that the relationship or whatever is official. For that particular question, for the who decides to make it official, for the most part, I think the survey was trying to say that both parties equally decide to be in an official relationship. And then the majority of people said that maturity over age plays a role in like how long the dating stage lasts. And then as far as questions, I think I only received one question, was how many chances do you give like your spouse before you decide they're just not for you? With that, that's a really good question, and it's a really hard thing to do, to like finally decide to leave somebody that you really love because you give them so many chances and you just want to see them do their best. For honestly, my response to that question is your mental health, one, and your happiness. So like I said, it has to do with your mental health and your happiness. You can only give somebody so many chances before you have to start regarding your own feelings and start being selfish. So if you're at the point where you're constantly like at a struggle, like not happy, mentally fighting yourself as to like how you want to spend the day today, how you feel about somebody, like that's not good. So I would say mental health and happiness should, where you are currently with those two things, should help you decide like, is this person really for me? If you've tried everything, if you've tried to talk everything out and it's still not working out, my happiness. Well, I hope I addressed that question appropriately. I just really feel strongly about my mental health and happiness being intact. I feel like without those two things being there, nothing's gonna work. Like for myself, I'm always constantly like, am I doing okay? Is this appropriate? Am I safe? Do I feel like it's I statements, but they're valid I statements that will help me maintain a healthy relationship with everybody outside of me. All right, now the meat and potatoes of the episode. So staging a relationship. I watched months ago this video by Brett. He posted on like his social media, his Instagram or something, Brett, his character is from On My Block, and I've never watched that show, so I can't really speak on his character. I just remember watching this video on Instagram and just felt really touched, like it really touched my soul. And I was like, he must be a Virgo. I'm joking. And so he pretty much addressed like how people date nowadays and like the talking stage, which is really inexistent to him, and I concur, because it's a waste of time. It's like testing the waters and then stepping back and deciding, not really for me, but I'm just gonna keep playing in the water and seeing if, my feet will get clean. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyways, what really had, I just want to quote him on a few things. I thought it was really like interesting and just very real and honest, the way he addressed this whole talking stage and dating. So he pretty much was saying talking is an excuse to not commit, which I definitely agree with, but it's not about me, it's about you. And it's like a pending relationship that people prolong when they're not really ready, so they just want to kind of play games, once again test the waters and see if it's right for them. And if it's not right for them, then they use that talking stage to just keep playing, and then they never want to commit, and that's just a never-ending cycle. And so he said, by the first date, you typically would know if this is a person that you want to date, continuously date, be in a relationship with. If not, then you just state that. A lot of things that he said that just really struck home and everything. Just flat out called out, like, if you're in a situationship and all you do is text every other week, and you definitely want something, but you're not going to outwardly say it, just be a grown adult and say it. You want a situationship, you want sex, just say it. But if you date somebody, go on a date for the first time, you're interested in them, and so on and so forth, say it so that you guys can be on the same page. If they don't want to date, then then you can move on. Anyways, let me go ahead and insert his little rant, which was very worth it. So
if you want to talk to me, it's not real. We know what we doing or we don't. Either we gonna be cuddy buddies, and we both gonna know that, and we gonna know it's like, yo, I'm not gonna hit you up unless I'm saying, and that's cool. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We both know that does not have to be exclusive, right? That is not a mixed signal. Oh, we just talk right now like I'm getting no. Talking is an excuse to not commit to somebody that you like and are sexually or otherwise attracted to, and you are just postponing the time in which you have to give more effort. And that's not okay. We are confusing the lines here, people. This is not it. Talking is the act of speaking to another person in a reciprocal fashion. That is what talking means.
A lot, but I think it's very important for a celebrity to like highlight such bullshit that like regular people in society, even them at their level, I'm sure that they deal with people just fucking around with them and not really being honest about how they feel and what they want and so on and so forth. Like, people are real life getting manipulated out here, and that's why there's so many broken hearts and cheaters and blah blah blah. It's just like a never ending circle because everybody's on bullshit. So don't be that person. Just try to keep it real with everybody. Like, if you just want sex, if you just want a situationship, just say that. If you want a relationship, just say that, and like keep it real. And then one last thing before I wrap this up, somebody on Twitter, of course, the clownery, mentioned that talking was invented by Black women who wanted to talk to multiple men. All right, just to like wrap things up, I'm not even going to comment on the last thing that I said because people just say stuff to be idiots. But I think it's very important to set standards and maintain your standards, because people will try to play you from every walk of life and everything that you do, and relationships where your heart is compromised and your love, and like you put your all out there and you open up to people. Like, you have to be careful just so you don't become a victim and then become vindictive and then become part of the cycle that is inevitable in this generation. But we have to try anyways to be the bigger person and just kind of move on. So it's never wrong to ask, what are we? Because at the end of the day, if you don't know that, then you're going to end up getting your heart broken. I think that's a question that people try to make sound like needy or desperate, but it's not. And remember, your mental health and happiness is everything.